Yeah, I mean, I find myself in the unenviable position of being an owner of a football club, and having been one, I can relate more to other owners. Not always agree with them. I'm very critical of other owners. I admire Levy. I think what he's done at Tottenham is nothing short of remarkable. I think he's built a spaceship. I think his job is to keep Tottenham solvent, as competitive as he possibly can, and possibly sell it on to someone that has different aspirations. But the idea that Tottenham Hotspur and that Daniel Levy should be constantly criticised, for me, be careful what you wish for. Go look at Manchester United. Go look at Everton, at what's been done in football clubs. To take a football club that was bought for 22 million quid, that Joe Lewis has probably put a couple of 100 million quid in. Daniel doesn't have the independent wealth to be able to pump money into Tottenham Hotspur to realign their debt position. Tottenham Hotspur is a brilliantly run football club, needs to be better on the field currently. So there's brickbats of Daniel and people suggesting that I'm some sort of acolyte. I think what he's done is remarkable. That's because I'm a former owner. That's because I sit there and I watch it. And I know that the team should be more competitive. I know that they should be trying to win things. I know that they should ultimately have won things. But I can't help but admire. I admire most owners, because unless you've been one, you're never going to know what it feels like to be on the other side of the conversation. So I find myself constantly pigeonholed as sort of supporting and being in the owners' club. And to be quite honest with you, I probably am, because that's what I was. And I know what's on the other side of that equation. And I think what he's done at Tottenham Hotspur in certain respects is nothing short of remarkable.
Remarkable, but didn't win anything.
You can't. Only a few people can win things.
Almost two decades since they won anything.
And Tottenham's model, and Daniel Levy.
As owners, you want to win.
Daniel Levy's not the money behind Tottenham Hotspur. Joe Lewis is. And Joe Lewis doesn't want to put money in Tottenham Hotspur and hasn't wanted to put money in Tottenham Hotspur for a long time. Daniel Levy doesn't have the independent wealth to be able to pump money in. He may do when he sells his share, absolutely. When someone comes along and buys Tottenham Hotspur for the enormous amount of money that they eventually will at some point, then Daniel Levy will be in a position to do other things. I think lots of the things that he's done, not all of them, and I don't care whether people think I'm a lickspittle. I admire it. I don't admire many. I admire John Henry. I admire a lot. I admire most owners that have a go at things. I admire Marinakis. I don't admire when he's spitting on the floor, but I admire the balls that he's got to go after things, because it's a very different animal. All these people that shout and scream about owners have never been one. And until you've done something, you really don't know what's involved with it.
So you got to be one to know one before you even think of criticising one.
No, of course you can criticise. Nobody should be beyond criticism. But unless you've walked a mile in someone's shoes, you have no idea. Just because nation states want to pour money in, just because they've got a different motivation, a different agenda, just because Russian oligarchs wanted to come in for different reasons, doesn't mean that other football club owners aren't very good. There's so much about Tottenham Hotspur that's right.